to my channel. If you're new here, what are you waiting on? Go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it if you would be a part of my YouTube family here on my channel. Thank you so much. Okay, so you guys, I recently got back from Dubai. Yes, I said it, Dubai. That is certainly a travel hotspot right now. And just to be completely transparent and honest with you guys, Dubai has always been a place where I've wanted to visit for the longest time, for years and years and years, for a very long time. And God definitely awarded me the opportunity to fulfill that desire. And I was immensely grateful. The city is beautiful, you guys. It's just a remarkable place. It's breathtaking. It takes your breath away, literally. So I figured I wanted to come here and share some tips before you go ahead and travel to Dubai, because there's a lot of things I wish I had known prior to visiting the country, because it's just a lot different than the States, obviously, right? It's obvious. It's going to be different from the States. But I feel like these are going to be some helpful tips to help you kind of navigate your way through the city and to kind of grow more attuned to what they have and the transportation services that they have to offer and just a plethora of different things. So if you guys are interested in seeing the things that you should do, things that you should know prior to your vacation to Dubai, then continue to watch. But first, I love starting off my videos with some encouragement and some inspiration to get you feeling good and just to reassure you that you are where you're supposed to be. There's an opportune time for everything. God has an opportune time for everything under the sun. And I just want to encourage you to not get down on yourself, to continue to strive and be fervent in your relationship with the Lord, and just know that in due season, He will exalt you. You do not have to fret. You do not have to be down on yourself. You do not have to listen to the lies that the enemy continues to tell you. No, believe and trust the Lord in this season that you're in, and know that He is with you, leading and guiding you. He will elevate you as He sees fit. So I love you guys. I hope that encourages you. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Again, these are going to be some helpful tips to help you guys during your stay in Dubai. Thank me later. Thank me later. So my first tip is an obvious one. You're gonna need a converter, electrical outlet converter, to convert the outlets out there. That should be obvious, you know, a given, or we almost forgot to purchase one. So shame on us, right? Of course, when you travel outside of the country, you need an electrical outlet converter, right? Duh. So definitely ensure that you have one readily available for your use, and it will help you out immensely, because you know us girls, when we're trying to get ready, curling our hair, flat ironing our hair, and so forth, it definitely is going to be an essential item for you. So definitely don't forget that. Tip number one. Okay, so tip number two, you're probably thinking, how do I get around? What transportation do I utilize from the airport to the hotel? What are some of the transportation options available? You know, I didn't know at all, but I will say the most feasible option for you is going to be renting a car. It's just going to be the way to go. We didn't rent a car. We spent a vast amount of money. I'm telling you, the amount of money that we spent on transportation was excessive. Like, again, shame on us. That's why I'm here to make this video. But we probably spent like over $400 just on transportation. Yes, I know. So the apps that they have available, the first app that we utilized was Black Lane. We utilized that app one way from the airport when we landed to our hotel, which was in downtown Dubai, to kind of give you an idea. Our fare was about $40, $41, $45, right around there, and that's just one way. That was a lot. So little did we know, we were just like, oh, okay, 40 bucks, let's go ahead and continue with our purchase. You download the app and then you select your destination. It's kind of like an Uber, but not quite. Now, Black Lane, they have a variety of luxury vehicles. So they have like your higher end, your Mercedes, your Lexuses, your Audis. So it's gonna be like top of the line vehicles to transport you to your destination. So bear that in mind. Another app that is utilized out there is called Careem, spelled C-A-R-E-E-M. Now, Careem is utilized for a number of different things. However, specifically, I'm just going to speak in terms of the transportation portion because I will refer to this app later on in the video. But yes, Careem is an app where you can look for delivery services as well as, you know, taxi services if you are in need of transportation. That's going to be a great app. It is vastly advertised throughout the taxi. We did see that emblem a lot out in the Dubai area. Again, I don't recommend going the taxi route for your transportation needs just because you'll end up spending a lot of money. Now, there are taxis that are metered, slim, very sparse. I didn't see too many. However, there are metered taxis. And if you're gonna take a taxi, my recommendation would be to take a taxi that is metered so you can track the miles so they don't charge you excessive amount because you're American. So just bear that in mind also. There are taxis that are available at the hotel. This would be another thing to watch out for, is at the hotels, there are numbers of taxis out in the entrance area, pretty much waiting for business. And the hotel will arrange a taxi service for you with one of the individuals that are already out there idle. Now, there's two different ways that the hotel can accommodate you or do this. They can arrange the service for you and then charge it to your bill with the room when you check out. So you have like all these taxi fees charged, or you can just pay the taxi driver up front once he dispenses you at your location. So that is an option. Now, what we did with us is we actually created a relationship with a taxi gentleman that was out there, and we exchanged information through WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a convenient way to dialogue and converse with those that are in another country. You don't really bear the expense as you would if you were conversing with them through your local data plan with your cell phone carrier. So I definitely recommend you guys downloading WhatsApp if you do choose to go the taxi route. If you just feel more comfortable with that option, I definitely recommend it. Just building a relationship with a taxi driver that's already out there. That way you can converse through the WhatsApp app and they can kind of curate a good deal for you once you've established, you know, that relationship with them. When I got back to the States, I ended up doing my own research because I was like, you know what, would it have been more feasible for us to just rent a vehicle? Because when I was watching a lot of vlogs, I did see a lot of individuals going the rental car route. So I just wanted to compare for myself to see if that would have been a more advantageous option for us. Now, upon my research, I did find, just doing a standardized research, Priceline. It would have been, we stayed there for about 5-6 days. It would have only cost us, I think, $100 for those 5-6 days. Mind you, in the beginning of this section, I did disclose to you that we did spend nearly $400 to $500 just on transportation services alone. That is absurd. That's too much. That is just not acceptable in my book. So these are all learning experiences that we can take with us along the way when we end up traveling again. So check Priceline, check Hotwire, and see if you can find a better deal that way with just renting a car. And again, obviously, it is your ultimate decision on what you want to do when you're out there. But just keep that in mind. If you like to retain most of your money and you want to be as most cost effective as possible, then definitely consider renting the car. My third tip for you is going to be meal delivery services. So you know, in America, we are very familiar with Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates. So all of those apps have delivery services essentially at your fingertips. Now in Dubai, what we stumbled upon, they had a delivery services that was somewhat comparable and comparable to what we have out here. So there was a time when we were jet lagged, we had sleep deprivation, we were immensely tired, that flight was atrocious, it was insane. So one of the nights we decided we weren't gonna go out, we're just gonna try to see if we can get something delivered in lieu of room service, because we weren't really too thrilled, I guess you can say, with the variety of menu options that were available at our hotel. Now, upon doing some digging, I did find a couple of apps that did somewhat emulate the apps that we have here. So the first app is going to be Talabat. And Talabat has a variety of different restaurants, different cuisines. Restaurants are partnered with this app to bring the food to your hotel. And then there's another app called Deliveroo. This was the app that we utilized when we ordered our meal. And then the third app, the lovely third app, is Kareem. So Kareem not only does transportation services, it also does delivery as far as food services as well. So I can only tailor my experience to the app that we utilized, again, which was Deliveroo. Deliveroo, I would say the turnaround time is pretty standard. 40 to 45 minutes was the turnaround. The nice thing about it is that you can put in like your room number and your hotel, and they'll bring it to your hotel and deliver it to your room, dependent upon what restrictions are imposed by your hotel establishment. But our hotel, I would say we had to meet them in the lobby. They wouldn't allow them up in the elevator to come to our room, but that was fine. It was fine. We actually were fine with that. And what's neat is they ride around on these like little mopeds around the city, and you can see them delivering the food. They kind of have your food tucked away, covered in the back, and you just see them everywhere. You can't miss them. When you see them, you can't miss them. Yeah, so if you guys don't feel like going out, don't feel like being around crowds and so forth, that is an option for you. Talabat, Deliveroo, and Kareem are the apps that I would recommend for you. So my next tip is gonna be about money. It's going to be about the conversion of money and how the money works out there. So the app that we use to decipher if we were getting the accurate return rate on our dollar was XE. So their money is essentially called AED, which stands for United Arab Emirates Dirham. So their money essentially is called dirhams. That's how you pay. We did convert some of our money to the dirham. And for example, 25 AED, which is dirham, is equivalent to $6.81. So $6.81. So for one AED equals 27 cents. So the US dollar certainly goes a long way in Dubai. Now I have one to show you. It is a $5 dirham. Show you here. So this is a $5 dirham. Now on the back, it says $5. So some of their money looks the same. So my recommendation would be to flip it on the number side where it has the $5 emblem at the bottom. So at the bottom, you'll be able to see, okay, this is $5. So when you're counting your cash, you have it out like this, so you ensure you're giving them the accurate amount of change. If you give them too much, they may not tell you you're giving them too much. They may think it's, you know, a tip perhaps. So you just want to ensure that you have the actual number emblem up when you are dispensing out the cash when you're making a purchase. And as far as converting your money, there's a conversion area in the airport, in the Dubai airport, and then there are several in the malls. So we utilize the conversion rate in the mall. You can utilize the conversion at your hotel. You just kind of have to see who's going to give you the best conversion rate at the time. So definitely do your research, because you obviously want to ensure that you're getting the most for the value of your dollar. Okay, so my next tip is going to be on excursions. People say don't book your excursions until you're actually in the location. Or they say book your excursions at your hotel. Only book your excursions through your hotel. It's really hard to distinguish where you're gonna get the best value and get the best deal when you're booking excursions. I will say we booked all of our majority of our excursions through this app called Get Your Guide. So Get Your Guide is really convenient. Like, oh my goodness. So convenient. You can put in like your destination, what time of year you're going, and it'll just bring up all of these excursions that are available. And I highly recommend this app. I don't feel like we were overcharged. I don't feel like we overspent when we booked through this app. Now on the app, they have different excursions that you can choose from. Like if you want to do a yacht, if you want to do a sunrise breakfast, if you want to see the Burj Khalifa, if you want to do camel riding, if you want to do I believe jet skiing's on there. If you want to do like all of these adventurous, thrilling and exhilarating things, then definitely go on the app and just see what they have to offer you and see what piques your interest, because not everyone, you know, wants to go do a whole bunch of heart-thrilling things. So I definitely understand that, but definitely look at it and see what you're most intrigued by, because I'm telling you, there's just a number of things. There's a water park. You can even book your water park tickets, which we did. We went to the Atlantis in Dubai, and they have the water park. Half of the park was closed, unfortunately, due to COVID. However, we had a splendid time. Once you purchase your ticket, they'll send you like a barcode and they'll email it to you in the email that you provide. That's essentially your ticket. I found it to be quite convenient, and I hope you guys do as well. So my next tip is gonna be shopping. We all know Dubai is known for its luxurious shopping. I have to like do my happy dance just because the malls, see, beautiful. That's all I have to say. Breathtaking, beautiful. Everything's beautiful. Everything's bigger and beautiful in Dubai. Like, love it so much. There's the Dubai Mall. You have to go and visit. I will say, though, those prices, they're up there, okay? They're up there. Now, if you're one that wants to do a little bit of shopping, but you want to be a bit conservative with how much you spend, I recommend the Dubai Outlet Mall. This outlet mall is amazing. Like, they have your notable brands that are there at a fraction of the price. So I highly recommend you taking a trip to this mall and just seeing what options and what, you know, stores and brands are available depending on what you're looking for. Mind you, I will say at this outlet mall, they had a ton of athletic stores. So for like Nike gear, workout shoes, activewear, tons of those stores out there in that mall. They also have like shoe stores, clothing stores, of course. They have like these big, what is it, like jars and canisters of honey you can try from their pastry, sweet pastry stores. They also have perfume stores. Do not overlook and do not sleep on the outlet mall. I'm telling you, you can find some very good deals at that mall. So allow yourself to be open to the experience. So a lot of people travel to Dubai for souks, for the jewelry souk. Now they also have souks in the Dubai Mall. The place to go for souks, my recommendation would be Dira. Now Dira has this amazing gold souk. Like, it's just beautiful, and it's everywhere. Like it's It's busy. Don't get me wrong, it's busy. So if you guys don't like to be haggled and pressured into purchasing something, then perhaps this isn't going to be the thing for you to do out there. They also have the spice souk, they have the gold souk, and then they have the fabric souk. Those are the 3 souks that we visited while we were out there. And I would say, favorite one was the spice souk. The spice souk is just, they have just so many options. They have so much stuff. Now, we had a tour guide. We did book an excursion. You guys just have to go there. Like, if you like spices and you want to take spices home, definitely visit a spice souk. If you're gonna visit a spice souk, they tend to sell a lot of saffron. So our tour guide was enlightening us. He disclosed that a lot of the vendors out there, they will blend or mix saffron with corn, you know, corn on the cob, and you have to peel that outer layer, like the little fabric, the little hairs. They'll mix that, dry it out, color it, and then blend it in with the saffron, like some of the saffron, to kind of make it seem like you're getting a large amount, a large quantity. However, it's mixed saffron and it's not actual real authentic saffron. So beware, be very cautious of where you're purchasing your saffron and your spices. But there is a spice souk, and I would recommend going on a tour because the tour guide is familiar with what's real and what's essentially false. So yes. Okay, you guys, so that is gonna conclude my helpful tips you need to know before you travel to Dubai. These would have helped me immensely prior to my travel. Therefore, I'm here to elucidate the information to you. So I hope that you guys found this video helpful. And again, before you leave, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. I would love it if you were to join my family. And again, as always, Jesus loves you so much, and he's just waiting for you to come to him. So come to him. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.